There is palpable tension in Rivers State as two factions of the State House of Assembly will have parallel sittings this morning. On Sunday night, the Victor Okojumbo-led House, loyal to the state governor Pro-Fubara, had in a letter by the clerk, Dr. G.M. Gillis West, invited a new commissioner nominee, Emmanuel Frank Fubara, to appear before it on Monday for screening and confirmation as a member of the State Executive Council. Meanwhile, the Martina Mehule-led House, loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, will hold plenary today as correspondent gathered, while the Pro-Fubara Lawmakers holds its sitting in an improvised hollow chamber in the Government House, Port Harcourt. The Pro-Wike legislature sits at the State Assembly official quarters along Aba Road, also in the metropolis.
The dice is cast.
Now, this is the update. Honorable Lance, you now agree with me that there are two factional River State House of Assembly.
Of course.
Okay, moving forward. So let's discuss discuss both this update and then the disregards to rule of law by Okube. So first of all, let's look at this critically.
Choma, looking at this, I want to marry it with the. Let me start from Donyo Okube.
All right.
Because this particular one is tied to what Donyo Okube has said, from my own view. So what I want to bring out in what Donyo Okube has said is the failure, the disregard for the rule of law.
Okay.
And that disregard for the rule of law is what has kept us to where we are today. Remember, in most of our shows here and in different fora, I've suggested, and I think I sat with Honorable Lance on your sister radio station, and I said that the governor similar to Fubara of River State might be basking in the euphoria of the people of River State, the support sentiment and all whatnot. But it doesn't play out when it comes to litigation or political problems. Political problems, like Donyo Okube has said, has a political solution, one of which Mr. President has proffered and was disregarded. Then, if you bring it, if I itemize it, Choma, for the listeners and the viewers and the people of River State and Nigeria at large to note, when Donyo Okube is talking about the disregard of the rule of law, that is one of the major causes of the political crisis in River State, I agree with him totally. You see, I have also, in different fora, said that the governor has a window. I'm very shocked at what Honorable Lance said, that we have, passed a political resolution. That is what he said, one of the myths of what he said in his first statement. But this is a political statement for crying out loud. And the Donyo Okube, at the tail end of his advice, said that politics is about interest. Politics is an interest-driven game. The game is about my interest and your interest. And we have to lay them on the table. Before there was a gentleman agreement between Nyesom Wike and Fubara for him to ascend the throne, of which is very open to the blind and loud to the deaf, there would have been a gentleman agreement. And when it went sour, that was when the people of our state were called in. We are not there. So now that it has gone sour, there is an open window for renegotiation and reconciliation. But Honorable Lance, who is a politician, is telling me that in a political crisis, Choma, that there is the window of. But we normally have out-of-court settlement. Of course, you can see in the case of Nnamdi Kanu now, the court in their wisdom has advised for out-of-court settlement, and which is part of our jurisprudence. So for him to say that, I think it is uncharitable. Look at this. I have told the governor, Nyesom Wike is like a big masquerade. And I said it in that, thank God that he's here, that anybody who is running around the governor and telling the governor that he should wait for Nyesom Wike to come and initiate that move. It's not doing him any good. Because the governor, no matter that he's the governor of Rivers State, he is the person who is running the tenure, whose tenure will be remembered in the annals of history as being surrounded and being shrouded in controversy and crisis. It will not be the name of Jason Wike that will be on that paper. The governor will not give an excuse for his non-performance because there is a crisis in the state, which is not even a crisis that is out of political solution. No, Choma, please allow me. Both of you have latitude of time.
Mr. Gochku, hold on. Because of time, what I want you to do is to look into the clear disregard for rules and laws.
That is where I'm
what
coming.
What are the rules? Yeah. What are the laws? Mr. Lang went straight to the point and pointed out what he felt the legislature has not done right.
Choma,
so what are the rules? Because we still have to look at this.
Yes, what the governor has failed and what is causing the crisis is one, the governor has disregard when a court of competent jurisdiction by Omotosho in the Federal High Court declared that the Rivers State budget passage was null and void. Because if you go to the Constitution, Chapter 5 of the Constitution, Section 97, it says that it talks about forming a quorum. And what did the Constitution say? That if a House Assembly sits and it is not up to it is not up to 2/3 of the members that sat, they can do the legislative business. But in enacting a law or passing a bill or a resolution cannot take place because even if the speaker is not there, go to it and you will see it. Even if the speaker of the assembly is not present and any other person is acting in his stead, that particular assembly members should sit. But legislative business should not go on. That was what he said. And in the same judgment, he said that the governor supervised the demolition of the State House Assembly, which the judge, Omotosho, said that the assembly destruction and reconstruction should be held pending, and that the legislative business should be held by the Martin Samefle held faction within the legislative chambers. And then the governor, in flagrant disregard to that law, went and gave a sitting space to the Edison here and Okojombo-led faction in the government house. I don't know whether you're counting it. This is two. Disregard to the representation of the state budget, which was declared null and void because the 4 people that purportedly passed it could not form a quorum. Then the disregard of not moving the legislative, not meddling in the legislative affairs and where they sit. The governor moved it to the government house. That is 2. 3, the Martins Amehule-led faction say that they remember that the governor sacked the clerk and the deputy clerk. And Omotosho, in that particular ruling, said that it is in the business of the House of Assembly to appoint and screen the clerk and the deputy clerk, despite the fact that they are civil servants. But now they have been exalted to serve within the legislative chambers. Their rights and privileges are captured within the legislative chambers and are protected according to the rules of the House. But what did the governor do? Who are those who are serving as clerk and deputy clerk to the Okojombo-led? Was those people screened and approved by Edison here, who is the Speaker of the Rivers State House Assembly?
All right.
So now the governor disregarded that. Again, the governor disregarded the amendment of the local government law that said extension of the tenure of the local government chairman. And now they went to court. That particular hearing have not taken place. The governor again, according to the 1999 Constitution as amended, that no part of the of the local government should be run with an administrative officer, which must be an elected. He said the democratically elected member should run the affairs of the local government. What did the governor do? In another breath, he has appointed what he was chastising the assembly from doing. He has also meddled himself in it. And the Choma, he has appointed and sworn in caretaker committee chairman. In another breath, the governor has also, the breaking news now, after an appeal court, and I am not baffled with the statement of Honorable Lance. You can see it clearly now that the governor also has disregard for the appeal court judgment that took place on Friday. By now, presenting a correspondent to the House of Assembly to go and screen. But in that judgment, if you see how that judgment was voided, that means this in here is still the authentic speaker of the River State House of Assembly, going by that.
All right.
Now you have sent a correspondence to Okojombo-led faction to screen a commissioner nominee. Then there is also a caveat to it, Choma. A group of concerned citizens of River State has said that the governor can only be remembered for the, litany and all sorts of litigations that are flying in left, right, and center. Is not doing him any good, because in the annals of history, the governor will be remembered for having made a name in the Guinness Book of Records as the only governor who has disregard for the rule of law, who has litigations flying all left, right, and center during his own time as the governor of River State. So let him do what he has to do so that society will judge him better.
Honorable Lance, very quickly, you spoke your point of disregard for rule of law from the angle of the legislature. He spoke from the angle of the executive. I respect both of your arguments. But I want us to look into this parallel sitting going on right now very quickly. Both of you have 2 minutes. I want to hear your take on that and what could be the fallout of this parallel sittings.
First of all, thank you, Chairman, once again. But before I go on and talking about this particular issue, I think I need to put some certain corrections, to my brother here.
You can use your 2 minutes for that correction.
He said that the governor has continued to flout order. These are not true. But by the way, the governor we know has always been somebody who is a respecter of the law, and he has always worked within the ambits of the law. And just like I said had an issue when I started talking about Okugwe and the rest of them, the law has already, the appeal court, like I said, that is the reason why the Okojombo-led House of Assembly, to me, by the eyes of the law, still remain the valid assembly because, like I said, maybe I'm not getting the particular judge right, but I think that at the moment, there is a case at the Federal High Court on this same issue from the Okojombo-led faction. And again, the governor has continued because my brother said that there is no time according to what Okugbe said. And I want to disagree with him on that because you will agree with me that the time of politics, even the Bible, who happens to be the holy book, recognizes time for everything. The time for politics has gone. This is the time for governance. And when these people don't want the governor to continue to do, the governor has always maintained to say that his eyes will never go off the ball. But now, coming back to what the breaking news which you have, I'm coming. Back to the, I agree. Thank you. Okay. On the issue of, you said parallel sitting, I think that the governor will not, because of maybe the appeal court made a decision which has to be reappealed at the Supreme Court and will not continue to serve or give service of governance to the people of River State. So there is need for him to make appointment where need be so that people can be able to, execute their jobs and also return dividends of democracy to the people of River State.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very, very quickly. Now, the governor has brought someone for the Okojombo faction to screen, and they've been doing all that. And these are legislative activities that needs a certain number, either 1/3 or 2/3, as the case may be.
Yes.
I don't know, but then, what is your take on this?
Choma, the governor, let him continue to add salt to injury. time will tell, because all those people, remember in this same fora, I've said it, that time will tell. Because when the time comes, all those people who have been screened, I thought this would have ended in the advice of Okube. Shoma, remember, I've said that off camera that this could end, and what we see is that let the Okojombo continue as speaker and let there be resolution. Let other people queue in. But as it stands now, you could see that the governor may be shooting himself on the foot, because the appeal that has gone to the Supreme Court, remember the Supreme Court will not give an ex parte order or say maintain status quo. They will go into judgment, and that will be the final. If you have seen what has happened in the appeal court, that will give you a limp of what to expect from the Supreme Court. There is no abracadabra about it. So let the governor continue to shoot himself on the foot. The end will justify the means.
All right. Now, in your case, like I asked you about this parallel seating, what are Rivers people to expect? Because I mean, this is more confusion. This is more chaos than peace as it stands right now. And whatever Martin Samehule, whatever is the outcome of their plenary is binding.
Of course, it is binding, going by the fallout of what happened at the appeal court, and given that the lower court that it attended that particular suit concerning Amehule has lacked jurisdiction in the first instance. So that is why that's why I put it in parable, Choma, that let us sit down and look.
All right.
And at the end of the day, we see where the pendulum swings.
All right. Honorable Lance, before you have your final take, I need to correct something. When you said that Justice Dana Gogo that recognized that this thing was of the Federal High Court, he's of the Rivers State High Court. Right. So Justice Dana Gogo, I even quickly had
I had to make my inquiry as well. Yeah, listen, I said, if you remember vividly, I said Dana Gogo, first of all, was the first judge, but I can also authenticate and confirm. No, he's of the State High Court. Okay. But I said that there is another litigation on that same particular subject. Interpreting. Hear me. That's why I'm trying to. I'm still here now, Choma. I'm still here. If I've gone or if I'm off camera, that's why I'm still making that input. I said that there are other judges. Maybe I didn't get the name. I've not remembered the name. But there are another judge in the Federal High Court sitting in Rivers State that are also giving a particular ex parte order on this same issue even before Justice Nwale. Because Justice Nwale was the one that gave the last ex parte order of restraining. I
know the judge.
You understand? And so if you have the judge name, all you could have done was just maybe to assist me on that. But by the way, let's move forward.
So that we clarify that.
Absolutely.
The Edison Ehe matter was recognized by Justice Dana Gogo of Rivers State High Court.
Okay.
Now, the other judge that you're talking about is Justice Q. Right?
Yes.
It's Justice Q. Now, Justice Q's order came after Justice Omotosho in order of precedence. The judgment of Justice Omotosho of Abuja,
Federal High Court
stands before that of Justice Q. So you can continue.
Well, Chama, like I said, on this issue, because Rivers State is a state that cannot, because of one faction of individual who doesn't occupy the large number of the masses occupying Rivers State, to stand still. Rivers State has to move on. And I must commend the governor, in totality, because the governor has shown bravery that with or without, when my brother here was making a statement, he said that the former governor has shown that he's a big masquerade. I want to debunk that very statement because I believe sorry, allow me, hold on. Listen to me. I have to correct that impression because there is no one man. Please now allow me. Let's have decorum when we have conversation. No, I have to put that to correction. Because no one man is above the constitution or above the people.
We are out of time.
No, it's very wrong for him to. No, Joma, you would have corrected him on that. I agree, but you asked me a question. Why didn't you let me finish?
That is my choice of word.
No, but exactly, and I wanted to debunk a statement he made on national TV.
No, it is not a statement. It is my choice of word.
No, it's unfair. I'm not being protected. I think I have to say that.
Gochukwu, please hold on.
It is my choice of word. You have to respect that.
No, Choma, I'm not being protected.
Don't interject.
Okay.
Please hold on because because we are out of time and I'll have to wrap it up here. Very quickly, he said someone is a big masquerade. That was his way of describing somebody. And it was not a derogatory statement. If it was a derogatory statement, I would have called him out. Now, people are of the opinion of strong men against strong institutions. That is also, if that's your opinion, fine. You also said the governor has been a man of integrity. I did not stop you to ask you questions with regards to certain things that he raised, issues that he raised, particularly with the governor spending out of budget, particularly with the governor not obeying court orders as it were. So when you say I'm not protecting you, I don't know what I'm protecting you from. He did not insult you, did he?
No. You saw when you asked me a question, I was making an expression, and I said I wanted to debunk a statement he made.
We are out of time.
That was not a statement. That's my choice of.
Thank you very much.
This is where we wrap it up on this episode.